This is Bruce Boudreau, and it's time for Clay's Canucks commentary live. Let's go with Clay right now.
Hey Canucks fans, and welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary live, presented to you by Van City Experts Real Estate. I am Canuck Clay Emo, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is Friday night, June the 16th. And if you're new, here's what you should do. Hit the subscribe button now for daily Canucks insight that's positive, timely, and trustworthy. This is an impromptu stream. Well, more of an unscheduled stream. Impromptu would mean that I just decided to do it like a minute ago. No, I've been planning to do this ever since the news broke about Oliver Ekman-Larsson. Now, I see Taylor complaining about the speed. Oh, that's my mistake. Usually I do slow mode for every 20 seconds. Let's see if I can fix that right now. Usually I do it not a minute. That was my bad. I'm going to fix it right now. Not to worry. I do 20 seconds though to prevent spamming. So there we go. Thank you. All good, all good. That was my mistake in my haste to get ready. So I'm going to tell you how I heard about this buyout. I'm going to tell you what I thought about this buyout. I'm going to show you some numbers, and then I want to get your feedback. So I'm not a hero for doing the stream or whatever, but usually you guys know I don't generally stream on Friday nights and Saturday nights. I like to protect the family time or the weekend time or whatever you want to call it. But today, I actually just got back to my office. The reason why I didn't even make it home is I just got back running a work event for 200 people out in Vancouver. So by the time I got to the office, 10:45, I knew that I wasn't going to make it home. So I'm just going to hang out here in my office with you for the next 30 to 40 minutes. And hopefully I don't get in trouble from any of my bosses. So, yeah, what was I thinking? Oh yeah, this is what I was thinking. While you're here, make sure you subscribe so you can get active in the chat section. Every 20 seconds, not every minute, every 20 seconds, you can send a message, and so you get my videos every single day. Like the video, there are 42 of you in here, which is awesome on this, like I said, unscheduled stream. And there are, I think I can't even tell. I don't even have the stream up right now. So I don't know how many likes there are, but if you want to like the video, you are more than welcome to do so. You can subscribe. No, I already said that. What you can do is you can also leave a donation and get the donation train out of the station. You can gift a membership, which is the same as a $5 donation. You can become a member. You can upgrade your membership. You can do all those things. If you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And I will talk for the first few minutes. I'll talk about where I was when I heard about the buyout. I'll talk about the buyout itself, the numbers, the implications, and then I will have a chance then to get to all of you and get your comments and your feedback. You're welcome to share your comments and feedback with each other right now, but I probably won't get to a lot of your comments until I get to the halfway point. So, oh yeah, I forgot to say my usual intro. See, I'm so rattled. No matter where you're watching from, whether in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston. Well, I'm in Vancouver right now, in Richmond City, Lower Mainland Province, country, continent, around the world. Thank you for being here. You know that I know that you could be watching anyone else doing anything else, getting ready for work, school, bed, or all three. But the fact that you're here, I always appreciate you, and I never take you for granted. Moderators, do what you need to do, and members, thanks to the legends, the Hall of Fame members, and the franchise members, always appreciate your support. Let's go back to earlier today. I was at lunch with Jason Lim of Van City Experts. We try and do lunch once a week. Sometimes it doesn't always work out, but today we did our lunch, and then we were so good. Even though he's a busy realtor, he for the most part, it wasn't perfect. He wasn't on his phone. I didn't even take my phone out of my pocket, and then so I didn't know about any of this Oliver Ekman-Larsson stuff. So then 1:30, I'm driving back to my office. I give my son Sean a call, and oh yeah, it says there's only 10 likes. Come on, you guys, there's 47 of you in here, which is awesome. I only see 10 likes, so let's get that up. So I'm driving back to the office, giving my son Sean a call, and it wasn't even to talk about Oliver Ekman-Larsson. It was basically to talk about my lunch with Jason and just check on Sean, see how he's doing. He was working from home. And then Sean says, "Oh, I thought you were calling to talk to me about the OEL buyout." I said, "OEL got bought out?" And he goes, "Yeah, you didn't know?" So then I checked my text messages, and a couple of you texted me. I checked my email. A couple of you emailed me. A couple of you tweeted at me. And then I tried to read as many tweets as I could, pulled over to the side of the road. So if you saw that vlog, it's I can't remember what road I'm in Vancouver, but I got cars whizzing by me on my left. I'm in the van because of my big work event. So, and then I was basically spit out a 5-minute video that did really, really well. Okay, now Rob's telling me that my comments are off. This is a disaster. What am I doing? What am I doing here? Let me just check that as well. Thank you, Rob. Rob just texted me and said my comments are off. But I see it. No, it says sort comments by... Can you guys see the comments? Anyways, I'll have to look at it later. I don't want to waste too much of your time. Not that that's a waste of time. But Rob did say comments are off. Can you guys see comments on the bottom of the stream? And if not, that's fine. I want you active in the chat section anyways. Okay, we'll keep on going. So then I pulled over. I did the vlog. It's been my best vlog actually in the past 3 weeks, mostly because there hasn't been any Canucks news. So thank you to everyone who watched my vlog from earlier, for reacting to it, for leaving comments, whatever it may be. Now, oh yes, and Shannon is in the hospital. Coach Rob. Yeah, maybe they turn off comments at the hospital, Rob. So Coach Rob was there with Shannon. So I hope Shannon is feeling better. If you want to give us an update in the chat, you can certainly do so, Coach Rob. So let me get to this buyout here. We'll talk about the numbers first, and then we'll talk about the ramifications. Before I show you guys the numbers, though, this was quite surprising. It was quite surprising because Jim Rutherford said in January they would explore buyouts, but then Patrick Alvin said at the end of the year that they probably wouldn't do the buyout route unless they couldn't move money. Well, I guess they couldn't move money. And then Oliver Ekman-Larsson's agent was saying that it was a surprise to him. It didn't feel like it was going this way. And then even last night on my stream, I was talking about what are going to be some of the priorities for the Vancouver Canucks. And then a lot of us talked about freeing up cap space, whether it's through trades or through buyouts. And I'm going to show you the numbers in a minute, but we know that Ekman-Larsson had a good first year with the Canucks, had a poor second year with the Canucks, and that poor second year had to do a lot with a broken foot that he suffered at the World Hockey Championships, and then it really, really impacted his mobility. So, and we knew about his big contract. So let me show you some numbers now, and then I'll give you a couple things to think about, and then I'll turn it over to you because I want to get into a lot of your comments for sure. And when I recorded my vlog earlier, obviously I was pulled over the side of the road. I didn't have another device. I was recording off my phone, so I didn't have another device to look up numbers. So I was trying to basically not make up numbers, but think of numbers or remember numbers off the top of my head. So let's look at some of this now. And I'll blow it up a little bit. Remember, I'm using a different setup right now too because I'm at my office. So let's see how that looks. So when we signed Oliver Ekman-Larsson, he still had 6 years left on his contract because he's played 2 of those years. And before we get into these numbers, oh, by the way, before I do so, let's give some love to Justin Credible, who gets the donation train out of the station. So let's do that right now. Oh, I don't know about you, but my go horn was very choppy on my side. I'm not sure. Thank you, Justin. Let's give Justin some love in the chat. Some well-deserved love for Justin. He says, since 2011, the Canucks have used 7 buyouts for over $30 million combined to not play for the Canucks in 22 years. That has cost the ownership more dead money in years than an actual rebuild would have. Yeah, guys like Braden Holtby, Jake Virtanen, David Booth, to Keith Ballard, to name a few. And now, of course, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. You guys didn't hear the horn? Let me try one more time. Here we go. Did you guys hear that one? Because Justin deserves a goal horn. Let me know if you guys heard that horn. Thank you, Justin, for your donation. Always appreciate you, and I appreciate you getting the donation train out of the station. Yeah, I have it on really low on purpose. So with a buyout of Oliver Ekman-Larsson's age, and I've said this many times on this channel before, the easiest way to think about it is you still have to pay him 2/3 of his contract over twice the duration of his contract. So a very, very, very simple example. If a guy had a 3-year contract remaining for $3 million total, 2/3 of $3 million is $2 million, and then double the 3 years is 6 years. So in this simple example, we'd owe this player 2 out of his $3 million, but we get to spread the cap hit, or we don't get to. The cap hit gets spread over double his contract. So instead of 3 years, it's 6 years. So in Oliver Ekman-Larsson's case, we owed him $29 million over the next 4 years. That's 7.25, basically 7.26 million times 4 is 29 million, and his actual salary is 8.25 million, as you see. But when the Arizona Coyotes traded Oliver Ekman-Larsson to us, they basically, you're picking up 1 million every single year, or basically 12%. So our cap hit actually was 7.26 million, and then Arizona's was 990 grand, basically $1 million. So that's the first thing you got to think of is Ekman-Larsson's actual contract. His cap hit is 8.25, not 7.26, but Arizona was picking up some of it. By the way, Peter, was it your birthday on Wednesday or Thursday? Peter, let me know. Let me know. Was it your birthday on Wednesday or Thursday? I thought I saw it on Facebook, unless that's a different Peter Wynn. So let me know, Peter, if it was indeed your birthday recently, and then we can give you some birthday love. So remember, if we owe Oliver Ekman-Larsson 29 million, our share, 7.26 times 4, 29 million. Okay, awesome. Let's give some love to Peter. It was his birthday. You know, that deserves a horn. That deserves a horn because Peter turned 21 yesterday. Happy birthday, Peter. I'm glad you weren't on my stream because that means you're doing actually important stuff and good stuff for your birthday. So if the Canucks owe Ekman-Larsson 29 million over 4 years, we actually now only owe him 2/3 of that 29 million, and that's what this 19.33333 number is. And remember, so that's what we owe him, 19.3 out of the 29 million. So this buyout is basically costing Aquilini $19 million. Because remember, Oliver Ekman-Larsson can now go sign a contract with anyone else. Obviously, he's not going to sign for big money because he's already making $19 million over the next 8 years. Now, remember I said it's 2/3 over twice the length of the contract. If his contract was for 4 more years, now the cap hit is for 8 years. So you see here, 825, 825, 825, 825 for 4 years. Now we have to list another 4 years on top of that because we double it. So this is the number that you guys care about. We basically save $9.7 million. We owe $19.3 million. You add those two numbers together, and there's the $29 million that we Oliver Ekman-Larsson, we were going to pay him. But the biggest thing we need to know, the biggest, most relevant thing, well, there's two things, is the cap savings. Now, on this website, it actually throws in Arizona's cap savings as well. Remember, Arizona's picking up $1 million. So technically, the savings actually for next season is not $8.1 million, but $7.1 million. But that is huge. I think that is the key, is that this move, buying out Oliver Ekman-Larsson, gives the Canucks $7.1 million more cap space. The next season, remember, knock $1 million off, it's $4.5 million. And then the seasons after that, it's 1.8, 1.8. Now, the tricky thing is, after 4 years, it becomes a cap hit for us of 2.1 million, 2.1 million, 2.1 million, 2.1 million. So in years 5, 6, 7, 8 now of this quote new contract, we are actually getting penalized. There's a cap hit for us, and technically you would basically argue that that's not savings. That's the opposite, because otherwise this contract would have ended. Some people will say, but that's okay, Clay, because we expect the salary cap to go up in about 2 or 3 years, much more than 2 million. So technically we will be able to pay off this penalty, but relatively speaking, every other team is going to have more cap space than us, if that makes sense. I think you guys know what I'm saying there. But the biggest thing here is next year, the cap hit is only going to be 147 grand for the Canucks instead of 7.26. Well, what's 7.26 minus 146,667. There's the $7.1 million of cap savings. The next year, cap hits 2.346, 2346667 minus 7260000. We save $4.9 million. So, or $4.6 million, I should say. I think I did something wrong there. But all to say, no, it's 4.9. Next year we save $7 million. Then we save another almost $5 million the next year, season after that. So over the next 2 seasons, we're going to save $12 million. And that, my friends, is why the Vancouver Canucks did this. They did this because if they weren't going to be able to move money and they didn't want to trade attached sweeteners or draft picks or prospects to anyone trying to trade OEL or Garland or anyone away, the buyout was actually the easiest way to make cap space. Yes, it cost Aquilini $19 million in real money, but it saves the Canucks 10 of that $29 million over the next 4 years, technically 8 years when you think about the overall concept. So I think the biggest thing is, the key takeaways are this. The Canucks needed to move money. They didn't want to give away prospects picks or draft positioning. At least I don't think they do. So then they're willing to get the cap space, the savings for the next 2 or 3 seasons, but knowing that in years 5, 6, 7, 8, they're going to be paying that penalty. Last thing I'll say is I think what this signals is 2 things. Well, no, signals one thing, that the Vancouver Canucks are going to try and win now. They're going to try and win in the next 3 seasons when they actually get cap savings, as opposed to season 5, 6, 7, 8, where they are owing on it. So I think they're thinking short term. I think they want to make the playoffs. And this frees them up now to get a bit more active in the free agent market. Now, the tricky thing is, now you need a second pairing left shot D to replace Ekman-Larsson. You need a second pairing right shot D, because you need that anyways, especially with Ethan Bear out. And you still need a third line center. So you've actually added to the Canucks' needs by buying out Ekman-Larsson, but you are freeing up some cap space. That's going to at least give you some wiggle room. It's not going to fix your team completely, but now the Canucks can take on a bit of cap here. They can attach this guy here in this trade. They can try and move up money this way. It just gives the Canucks more flexibility. So I'm not going to sit here, and I'm going to get your feedback in a few minutes. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is the most amazing move. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, this isn't a good move because it's just putting us further in the hole. It's going to hurt us in years 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's costing Aquilini $19 million. Others of you will say, I don't care about that. He should spend to try and get us out of this mess that, Benning put us in under Aquilini's watch, whatever. But I am going to say this. As long as the Canucks don't waste his cap space, as long as they don't sign a bad player for 4 years for $4 million and eat up more of half of the savings, I think this is a good move. I think this is a really good move. I like the way that they did it at the start of the buyout window instead of waiting to see what else happened. This signals to me that Patrick Allvin is not afraid to be aggressive. He's not afraid to make some moves. You may not agree with all of his moves. You may not feel confident in the moves that he's going to make. But for Friday, June the 16th, I think this is a good move because it gives the Canucks some wiggle room. It gives the Canucks some flexibility, wiggle room and flexibility that they would not have had otherwise. All right. That is my opinion. I'm going to get to yours in a second, but first, let me do my mid-show sponsor read. Shout out to my primary sponsor, Van City Experts Real Estate. Contact Jason Lim and his team for all of your real estate needs. Shout out to my secondary sponsor, Perform and Transform, personal training, weight loss. Sign up now. Check out ptform.com to check out all of their services. Thank you to Gassy Jack Art, maker of this fine artwork. Not tonight. Thank you to Monkey 9 Brewing, my eternal sponsor. And thank you to Vessi Footwear. Use the URL tinyurl.com/VessiClay. Receive a free pair of socks off of your free pair of socks when you make your next purchase at Vessi. MidShow reminder to you to subscribe, to like the video, to leave a donation like Justin did. Thank you, Justin. To gift a membership, become a member, upgrade your membership. And if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review. And Tyler, I know you're not asking me about how buying out contracts work because I just explained it for the last 12 minutes or so. So I will go back and ask you to go back and watch the stream already because I kind of explained how it happened. Okay, let's go. Let's get your comments. As bad as the cap penalty seems for the next few years, this was the best option they could have used. The cap savings this year going forward will outweigh the bad and provide the most flexibility. Agree with you. Does the OEL buyout count as a belated birthday gift to me? Sure. Peter, take it that way, for sure. What we did was remove an expensive anchor, and when he was healthy, he got power play time, but overall was average and a bit slow. Agree. Do I think Beauvillier is next to go? Because we know a winger needs to go due to the fact we have too many wingers. I think it would be Beauvillier or Garland. In fact, I'll put my money on Garland over Beauvillier. What do you think the Sedins think of this? I think they feel bad because they like Oliver Ekman-Larsson. I think they'll probably agree that's the best for the team. No, Tyler, I'm not going to do a short form because everyone else has already heard it. Please go back and watch it if you have time because I'm going to answer your questions now, except the ones that asked me to explain how a buyout works. Basically, Ekman-Larsson's going to be on our books for twice as long as his contract. So instead of 4 years, it's 8 years, but we only owe him 2/3 of the money that we originally owed him, and it's spread out. The cap hit is spread out over those 8 years now. Yeah, actually, Rome, this is a great example. Instead of paying OEL $20 million over 4, actually, technically it's $30 million over 4. They'll pay him 20 over 8. So again, instead of paying OEL $30 million over 4, we're paying him $20 million over 8. Canucks signed Louis based on his own goals history for $4.5 a year. Yeah, the Louis effect still goes on. Do the Canucks go after Pesce or Hanifin? McDeasy, it totally depends on their contracts. I don't know a lot about them right now. Hey, Pat, should the Canucks pull a 99 and trade for 3 and 4? I think it's going to cost way too much to do so. Could the Canucks do more options to clear cap space? Yeah, you can give away Garland for a 7th or 5th, 6th, 7th round pick. Now you free up another $5 million. I don't feel as worried about Alvin's moves. I feel more relaxed about the moves being made by a manager who has led teams to cut wins than I did with a manager with no prior experience. Yep. I'm willing to give Alvin the benefit of the doubt for sure. Now that Oil and Bear aren't going to play, what's the move? Defenseman or third line center? Jaskrin, you need a third line center, you need left D, and you need right D now. I'm not sure if it's going to give a chance for both Hirose and Rathbone because as much as I love the mobility, I don't see a threesome of Hughes, Rathbone, Hirose. I think you need some more experience there. Whether it's a Wolanin, maybe you bring Dermott back, who knows. I think once Myers gets all his bonuses July 1st, he'll be moved. Yeah, Rosero, my understanding is his bonus isn't paid out till September, though. So I've been using September as my target. Wow, we're at 98 people on a stream on a night where I usually don't stream. Of course, this is big news. We only have 21 likes, guys. Let's bump those likes up. I would love to see those go up to about 40 or 50. Like the fact that we're all together hanging out on a Friday night. 8 years of pain. I wonder how much Emily Castonguay had to say in the buyout. Yeah, well, she is supposed to be the cap expert, so maybe she had a lot to do with it for sure. I'm surprised they did a buyout. Not surprised it was OEL. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, all good, Tyler. All good. Glad you're here. I think that Jet Wu might be able to play some NHL games now. So it's nothing to do with OEL being bought out because Jet Wu is a right side guy, but Bear being out, yes, might give Jet Wu a spot. If Sandin Pelika and Willander are available, I would take Willander over Sandin Pelika. Willander is bigger, and he's just as good of a skater. Pullman, I think, wants to play. I'm not sure if he will play. Could OEL sign with the Canucks for $1 million a year? Yeah, I've never seen that happen, and there's got to be a rule against it. Yeah, it's quite around Rathbone, but I think isn't Rathbone still under contract for 1 more year? I'm pretty sure that Rathbone, I'm just looking it up right now. Rathbone. Yeah, we have him for 1 more year at $850. Ryan Graves. Flames looking to move Hanifin. I like Hanifin. What would be a good fair offer for a young... Oh, you're going to have to give up like a roster player and a prospect or a prospect and a pick. Thank you, Jesse. Appreciate you. Yeah, I had to pull over and get that video out. I feel this move could be made in the making of a trade. Oh, I see. So this is just the start, perhaps? This team has too many bad contracts. Yes, and you got rid of OEL without adding sweeteners. I'm not sure if Pearson is going to retire. Not sure if he's going to sue. I think that's still up for debate. 99 was a bad first round for sure. No, I don't. I think Ryan O'Reilly's going to be too expensive, Tyler. Yes. This is only the first part. You're right, Cal. Now let's see what happens, what they do with their cap space. Sharks going to keep 4th overall. Yeah, we're over 100 people now, which is awesome. Thanks, everyone. Louis' first goal as a member of the Canucks was in his own goal. Yes, against Calgary. I remember that. Trade Garland for a 5th, just get cap back. I would not be opposed to that. Yeah, we're over 100, Taylor. Thank you. And we're at 40 likes, so not bad. If you had to guess, when do you think PD gets an extension? My guess is I don't think they do it until the season, and everyone's gonna freak out. But there's no rush. Yeah, I've heard his agent say there's no rush. Hypothetically speaking, if you were an NHL prospect, what is your playing style, and who would you idol your game after? If you're talking about my current skill set, I am a hard-working guy, like a Tyler Mott, decent skater, work hard, pop a goal in here or there. And yes, I wish I could aim higher, but really Tyler Mott would likely be my idol. Isn't that Connor Bedard's idol? Obviously I'd want to have McDavid or McKinnon-like skills, but I think it would be a Tyler Mott type style. Canucks should not sign any free agents. Just write out the rest of the bad contracts and use the Abby guys. It's a bit more pain that way. Buy out Myers. I don't know if you want to use No, he's going to just come off the books in 1 year. Is this a rebuild? No, it's the opposite. It's a retool because I think they're going to use the cap space. Did I see Rachel Dory's tweet? No, I have not seen the roast tweet. I will look at it after. We can trade from a stronger stance as we are not in a weak position. Yes, every team knew that we were over the cap prior to today. Pullman is alive. Who does OEL go to? That's a great question. It's going to be a kind of going to have the pick of the litter, so to speak, because that team won't have to worry about paying him too much. Hronek he's good enough to be our first, first pairing right shot D, but I think they're going to split him and Hughes up, and I think he's going to be great. I do think Hirose has a new contract. No, not before the draft, but I think he's restricted, so I think it'll be maybe by the end of July. Fangirl. No, remember the money that they save from the buyout technically doesn't count as money that you can allocate to PD because PD still has a contract for 7.3 for this season. So yes, in the overall picture, we're gonna have more flexibility, more money to sign PD, but it's not like we can take the $7 million of savings this year and apply it to PD because PD's not looking for a contract he's still on a contract for 1 more year, if that makes sense. Yes, we have $7 million to sign a left D, a 3C, and a right D. So 3 guys at 2. Yeah, I think there's going to be more moves coming. Yeah, I'm not a big Doria fan, for sure. Adam says, like the stream. I agree with Adam. Dante Fabro. Still mad the Canucks didn't go after John Marino. Yes, he's a good player. Do you think this is because they probably have good talks with PD's agent? Related Fangirl? No, I don't think this has anything to do with that, quite frankly. Yeah, I haven't watched Hockey Guy yet. Hughes, Peak, Graves, Hronek, Hirose, Myers. That's a lot of change. Make a couple trades. I think that's coming. So when healthy, our defense pairs are as follows. Hughes, Bear, Rathbone, Hronek, Wolanin, Myers. Yeah, I'm not sure about that Rathbone. I like him, but I'd love to see Dermott in there instead. Too bad this happened after Johnny and Dolly. They did report about Bear surgery the other day. Yes. Will it be Hughes, Hronek, Dermott, Myers, and Breezeball, Rathbone? I think Hirose might play before Breezeball, and I think you split up Hughes and Hronek. I think they're going to keep JT Miller. I think it's going to be too hard to trade him. Dante Fabro needs a fresh start, perhaps. Oyo will go to the Kings or Tampa. Yeah, join Edler at the Kings. Boston or Sweden. Addy 11, who I'm taking. Willander, Benson, if he's there. I'm not sure if he's going to be there. Ryan Leonard, maybe. Hot take, I think OEL plays next season in Sweden. That's fair. And maybe not even so hot. That could be right on. Adam, you gift a membership by clicking on the $sign underneath the chat box. And then if you're eligible to gift memberships, then it'll show up as an option. as an option. But you gift a membership. That's awesome if you want to gift a membership. But correct me if I'm wrong, people that have gifted memberships before, I think it's when you press the $ underneath the chat box. Forced new ownership. Still hope we trade Bovilli and Myers for picks. It could still happen. Could still happen. Oh, and Fangirl just says you need to be a member to gift membership. So is Adam not a member right now? Very good. Well, that's a good way to become a member. When will the mess of this organization be over? I think still for a while. I don't even know what Nick Merckx is. Explain it to me, dude. Graves is available. I'm interested. Columbus wants to move 3rd overall for a high-profile center. Does Miller 11th and another small piece get us 3rd? I do that every day. I don't think Columbus does that. By the way, Jaskrin, I can't highlight it, but Jaskrin used his 5-month member message. Let's give him some love. And Jaskrin says, Clay, you're very inspirational. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't. That's not my goal, but if that happens, then that's awesome. Praise God. That's awesome. Vince Dunn or Ty Smith? Yeah, not so convinced on Dunn. Would the OEL trade be considered the worst move in Canucks history? One of them. I would say drafting Juolevi is another one, quite frankly. Maybe OEL might go to the Jets. Noah Hannafin, I like him. Miller deal is really good, but a bit too expensive. It is. Isn't Dermott gone? He is a restricted free agent, but he ended the year off on injured reserve. Yeah, he's an RFA. I hope that we can make some good trades and that could be very fundamental for the future. Absolutely, yes. If you supported or defended OEL trade, you are part of the problem. Guilty as charged. I didn't mind it. It wasn't amazing. Kerfoot. I don't know. I'm hit and miss with him. Still mad Benning took Juolevi or Kachuk? Yes. And you guys know that we had 2 chances to take Pasternak in 14, right? Huh. If Alvin somehow works out a deal to get the 3rd overall pick, would be nuts. Yes. I'm not sure that's going to happen. McCord, we'll see. I liked what I saw, but it was only a bit. OEL to Buffalo. Do they have room on their blue line for OEL? Dunn has 60 points last season. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, I didn't know that. He was available in the 2021 offseason, but we went for Dickinson. I did hear that. I want the 3C to be right-handed. Canucks haven't right-hand center since Kessler. Yes, I really wish Curtis Lazar worked out. Do you see the Canucks buying out Tyler Myers? No, I don't. There's no point because he's only got 1 year left on his contract. With this buyout and getting cap space, should we trade 11th for a top 6 forward? No, not a winger. We need D and a 3rd line center. If the Canucks were to get 3rd overall and Bedard and Fantilli were gone, would you take Karlsson, Smith, or Michkov? I take Karlsson. I think Michkov's good, but I don't want to wait 3 years for him. I take Karlsson. Nervous about the PD contract situation? Yeah, it's a big one. Does anyone think we make the playoffs? I do. I really do. Would I be shocked if OEL retires? No. Yes, I'd be shocked if he retires. Wouldn't be shocked if he went to Vegas, but do they need him? DeBrincat's going to be too expensive, Harry, I think. How many moves do you think we need to make in order? I'd say 5 or 6. We need 1 or 2 D on each side that are better and a 3rd line center at least. If we're talking about soccer, let's go Canada. I think McDonough was good, but I think he starts in Abbotsford. Does Arizona have to give permission for the Canucks to buy this contract? I don't think so. And Arizona, unfortunately, takes one of their retained salary spots, and you only have a few of those. Hey, Trev, what are the chances the Canucks use this cap space this free agency? I think they'll use some of it, but I think more importantly, it just gives them more freedom, more wiggle room to try different things. I think PD's a top 10 player, around 10 or 12 in the league. Miller to Carolina for Pesce and Drury. Sign O'Reilly and Hanifin. Hughes, Pesce, Hanifin, Hiroshi Myers. Go Nucks, go. Okay, I don't want O'Reilly, though. What kind of veterans do you see the Canucks getting? I don't know, DSS. Usually veterans are expensive. No, not always. I don't know. I don't know if they want to go. I think they want to get younger. When you said drafting Ulevy is one of the worst moves, would Jake Virtanen go up there too? Yes, in 2014, there was Nylander, Ehlers. In 2016, there was Kachuk, among others. So yeah, both were pretty bad. But I think Virtanen was a little bit more serviceable for us. Ryan, too early to call. I want to see what happens in the offseason first. What prospects do we need to sign that are currently in the NCAA? Good question. One, I do not know the answer to right now. I'm not big on knowledgeable on the Canucks players, drafted players that are in college still. Do you think Canucks need more skilled young players or a bit of veterans and young players? They need more skilled defensemen. What is their absolute ceiling? It depends on the moves they make, Eric. If they make some good moves, I think they can finish as high as third in the Pacific. That's what I predicted this year. That turned out really well. You'd like to see them win 1 or 2 rounds, Taylor, not just getting in the playoffs. I don't want Lucic. Yeah, Parker did a good... check out Parker's video. He did a good video on the buyout today. Would you keep eating and supporting a restaurant that serves you horrible food at high prices? No. Why? Are you saying that I do already? Yes, between the Ethan Bear surgery and the Oliver Ekman-Larsson, it's been back-to-back Canucks news days. A lot of teams may pass on Mitchkov due to the fact his father mysteriously found face down in a swamp and might not be in a hockey state of mind. Yeah, that is not pretty for sure. Garland, Rathbone, and a third to the Rangers for Lafreniere. Get a third-party team to eat a piece of Garland's contract. Most likely have to give that Garland, Rathbone, and a third for Lafreniere. That's a lot, but I'm all for the Canucks exploring these 3-way trades. And do I see Sakaris and Price in the chat? That is awesome. I don't know if that's Grady or if that's Matt or if that's Blake or if that's none of those guys or all those guys. But the fact, it's pretty cool, admittedly, to see Sakaris and Price in the chat, and I'll wave right back at you. Thanks, guys, and thanks for providing the great content. As always, nice to see you. So I'm not sure who that is, but that's awesome. Nice to see you guys. For sure. Let's say Ronick wasn't a Canuck. Who would you have picked at 17? Or would you trade the pick anyway? That's interesting. It could be if you're talking about this season, 17, it could be one of the guys that they were taking out to lunch or out to dinner at the combine. So I Smith, I can't really say a name, but it could be any of those guys. Maybe you're getting Sendin Pelika or Simashev there. Yeah. That's a good question, actually. I have to think about that one a little bit more. DSS, do you want Luke Shen? Is that a question mark or is that a statement? Yes, I'm sure we will talk about this Canucks After Dark for sure. If Canucks go third in the standings, let's hope Miller doesn't throw a hissy fit. Well, I think those are mutually exclusive. No, not going to do Wordle and geographies. That's a Sunday thing, coding with Eric, even though a lot of people here, that is a Sunday thing. Would you keep supporting a sports team that is horrible? Oh, YouTuber, I see. You set me up for this. I guess I do, don't I? Very good. I wasn't that smart. The way you set that up was good. Our fortune will change if we start with a healthy team. Yeah, that's good. I think PD's next contract will be around $9 million. I think it's going to be more. I'm thinking 9.5 or 10. I'm against trading Miller. It leaves you without a 2C and no face-off guy. That's fair. I personally put Hughes and Hronek together in my personal opinion. Hronek seems to have the defensive ability. Yeah, but then now both your second and third pairings are pretty weak. If I'm remembering correctly, Benning and company took PD out to dinner in Vancouver, flew him out to see the city. Well, wherever they took him, I'm glad they did. McDeasy, I would love to be streaming day one of the draft, but I'm actually going to be here at my office. I am running a work event that I did not schedule, so not thrilled about it, but work comes first, unfortunately. If we were to trade 11 for 18th, what else would you like to be added? Another pick, a second-round pick. I knew Shen would be mad at Alvin. His first choice is Toronto now, according to Donnie Dolly. Okay, that's good to know. Why would Shen be mad? We gave him a chance to win a Stanley Cup. If the team is healthy, what do you think the record will be next season? 5 42, 30, and 10 for 94 points. Pettersson deserves 9 plus. Yes. What defenseman do I want on the team? I have to see who's available in free agency. There's a lot of guys I want on the team, but they're not available. I have to look at who's available in free agency, to be honest with you. Sorry, Taylor, that's a bad answer. The key is getting off to a great start. I agree. PD's contract, $11 million a year. It could be between 9 and 10. What forwards, wingers do I want? I want a 3C. I like Pia Suter, Teddy Bluger, guys like that. Scott Lawton, maybe. Adam with the donation. Adam's so good, always encouraging me to get to 20K, but I can't even get to 10,100 yet. So thank you, Adam, for the donation. Let's give some love to Adam in the chat. Okay, friends, I think we've kind of drove this topic in the ground, which is great. Some really, really great questions and comments. I'm going to try and do just 5 minutes of Ask Me Anything and then wrap up. So there's 125 of you in there. I know I'm not going to get to every question, so I'm going to choose the ones I want. So don't be offended if I don't choose yours, but I'm so grateful that there's so many people in here. So let's start with this one. Top 3 places to eat in Vancouver. I like Kobe Steakhouse. I like Shabu-Sen. I like Joey's. How's that? No, I'm nowhere close to 20K. Thanks, Riley. Yes, very good. It is indeed what I call the Clay Tridium. We're there. It's Father's Day on Sunday. It's the first day of summer on Wednesday, and it's my birthday on Thursday. What was my favorite subject in school? Academically, it was math, because I'm good at math. And it sounds like I'm bragging, but I'm bad at a lot of things, but I'm good at math, despite me failing my accounting exam. So math. I've not watched SmackDown yet, Peter, because I've been working all night. So don't tell me anything. Don't spoil it. I will look at it in a little bit. The legend comes through. Let's give Lucas some love right now. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, for the donation. OEL, best of luck in the next adventure. On unrelated note, got some great news on our adaptive soccer team. We are officially recognized by BC Soccer. That is awesome. Congrats, Lucas. You're doing some great stuff with that team. Favorite Bible verse is right there. I have it right there. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Philippians 4:13. It's the one I lean in quite a bit. And I like a lot of the Pauline books for sure. Although I'm studying the Gospel of Matthew right now. Roller hockey, we're not doing a team this year. It started already, but we're not doing a team this year. Lucas, thanks again for the donation. Now, one thing from my bucket list, take my lovely bride to Rome. We were supposed to do that in 2020, but COVID had other plans, so we are going to go in 2025, hopefully. Have I seen Spaceballs? No, I have not. Do I have any goals for the channel? Great question, Eric. Yeah, I want to, I don't get too wrapped up in the vanity metrics, even though I talk about subscribing and liking all the time. Really what I want to do is this is my goal. And has nothing to do with numbers, actually. And you can tell me, and you can comment if I'm there, if I'm nowhere close, or if I'm on my way. I want to be your first stop for Canucks news. Not necessarily the fastest guy to get the news out there, because sometimes work or family won't allow that. But I want to be known as the Canucks YouTuber that gives the best combination of a timely analysis, but smart analysis. Not too numbers heavy, but not just airy-fairy as well. And my goal is always, when I talk about a topic, I always ask myself in my head, why does this matter to a Canucks fan? Why does this make a difference to a Canucks fan? So Eric, great question. That is my goal, is I want to be the first stop, the first person people think of when they think about Canucks YouTubers. That is my goal. And I want to give positive, trustworthy, timely analysis. And thank you. I see a couple compliments coming in. I appreciate that. I'm not doing this for the compliments, but Anula, I'm still going to highlight your comment. Thank you. Least favorite holiday. Thanksgiving is always tough for me because that's the weekend that my father passed away in 2004. Good question. Thanks, McDeezy. I appreciate it. See you soon. Happiest moment of my life. Many. Marrying Gail's one. All the births of my kids. Those ones. I have not watched a single Fast and Furious movie. Yeah, Harry, this is something that is a year and a half in the making, and not because my merch is going to be so good that it's taken a year and a half. It just simply hasn't been a priority for me. But August, I'll be back from Peru, and I won't be studying a course. I'm gonna really commit to getting some merch out for the fall. So I'm gonna be working on it in August. Oh, thank you, Anula. You already are my first stop for Canucks news. Trying my best. If I could have supper with any current 3 athletes in sports, Steph Curry, I think would be interesting. He seems like a thoughtful guy. Football player, Mahomes might be cool. Hockey player, Ovechkin seems interesting. If I won a cup as a player, what would be the first thing you'd eat, drink? Oh, Pepsi, of course. Pepsi and sashimi. You're already my go-to. I thank you. I appreciate that. A W from Eric. Thank you. Did I ever get nervous during YouTube live streams when you first started? No. I'm not the best. I'm not the most eloquent speaker ever, but I'm a very confident speaker, for better or for worse. I have no problem being on a microphone. I have no problem being in front of a camera. So no, I wasn't nervous at all. And by the way, when I say that I want to be your first person, your first person you think of, I also want to give props to guys like Kempner Canucks, Rev Trev. Check out, subscribe to his channel. He's slowly growing, but he's got some really good content, good quality videos though. So make sure you give Kempner Canucks a sub for sure. And I'll take this. Number 1 streamer Clay, fastest Lego Rocks, in-depth hockey guy. That's fair. And thank you for the nice messages, everyone. Friends, I do need to wrap up now. Actually, I'll answer this one because this is a nice one. This is interesting. I'll end with this one. Do you ever get nervous while meeting a fan? If so, how do you get rid of the nervousness? I don't get nervous when I meet fans. Because I just myself, and I want them to be themselves. I ask them, and I don't just say, "Oh, thanks for watching the channel. How long have you been watching?" No, it's like, what do you study? Where do you work? What are you passionate about? What do you think about this team? I love meeting people at the games, and I get to meet about 6 to 8 people, I think, every night, depending on the night, and I just love it. I love it, and I'm able to thank people for watching, but I never get nervous. Do people get nervous when they meet me? I've seen both. I had a guy try to take a selfie with me yesterday, and his hand, actually maybe he's got a medical condition, but no, he was so nervous trying to take the selfie that his hand kept shaking. It was kind of cute, actually, and this was a grown man, so sounds kind of show-offy, but I do love those kind of encounters, not for my ego, rather just to be able to thank people for their support. I do got to get going, though. I got to do a bit of cleanup here and then get on the road. So thank you for being here. This was a massive stream tonight. I appreciate everyone being here. I don't think it has anything to do with Friday night. I think it has everything to do with the news from today. But I'm grateful that we were able to share some of this time together. So thank you, everyone. Justin, thank you for your donation. Adam, thank you for your donation. And Lucas, thank you for your donation. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do so. Like the video. Moderators, thank you. Not sure if you had to do too much, but that's fine. Legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovelander, legendary Andrew Chang, thank you for your support as well. And anyone, Hall of Fame and franchise members as well, and anyone who subscribed tonight, I appreciate you. Also, I think was it Jaskrin who used his 5-month membership message? That was cool as well. I appreciate that support. So I hope you guys have a really good weekend. I will be streaming on Sunday night next, and then we'll see if I end up doing a video if any other news breaks. Otherwise, yeah, I got Father's Day on Sunday, and I'll stream. Come my birthday next Thursday, I'm going to stream on that night, and I'll do one on Tuesday night right in the middle of all of those streams. All right, friends, I am out of here. Shout out to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform, Personal Training, Weight Loss, and thank you. As if you're listening on a podcast platform, make sure you rate and review as well. Thanks, my friends, as always. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. I got to tell you, my dog Mickey is an absolute genius. He's brilliant. Because today I asked him, Mickey, what's 2 minus 2? And Mickey said nothing. God bless, and go Canucks go. Booyah.